How's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to the show. This is Nothing But Facts, and I'm your host, Papa G. So let's get it.
Get a job and work, that shit didn't work. Say all I'm qualified to do is rhyme and spit a verse and get my feelings hurt. Every time I sit in church, real talking dead at me, nigga got me feeling worse. So I ain't congregating about 7 or 8 months. Broke the promise made to myself and started back blazing blunts. I know that's crazy, huh? Feeling like a bad man. I look at me in the mirror, all I see is my dad, man. I got some things that I need to address. Couple issues need to get off my chest, like the fact that I got a son, I ain't been kicking it with him. Got him a ball, I ain't been kissing it with him. Yeah, I miss my little nigga. I try to get him, but me and his mama don't get along. I mean, I call, but the bitch when I pick up the phone, my therapist asked me what I do, the things that I does. Got up, looked it in the eye, my reply was,
How's everybody doing today? All right, let's get started with our show. I'm your host, Papa G. And I got a real serious one for you today. I'm excited about the show, all right? I have to get my inspiration first before I can bring it out. So I sat and I prayed and I talked with the Lord a little bit and I kept my mind clear. And I'm here now. So here we go. Today's show is called Gender Wars, okay? Now, we all know what's been going on. We see what's been going on, all right? So before I even get into it, because y'all see I'm ready, let me go ahead on and just open up with our prayer. Okay, and if you're interested, we're over in Lamentations chapter 3, verses 64 through 66. And it reads, Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart. Thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. May the Lord add a blessing to the hearing, receiving, and doing of his word. Hallelujah. Okay, so look, I'm gonna get right into it. All right, you can tell I'm ready to do it. We're gonna start out by letting you know that we're having a community conversation here today. And who's the community conversation about? What the community conversation is about? That's two good questions. The community conversation is about exposing the bully. And who's the bully? The bully is the Attorney General, child support, family court, your state, federal, local government, okay? The correct Department of Corrections, Department of Education, your minister, all right? You know who else is the bully? America is a goddamn bully. And we're going to cover all that in today's show. You understand? Okay, first of all, we're going to get right to the meat. I've been discussing with you guys about how America is trying to promote homosexuality in France and Great Britain. You know, the non-melanated coalition is trying to get the melanated people of the world who are traditional in culture and hold on to their gender roles like it has been since the beginning of time. They're trying to perverse those nations, okay? And so what is happening is, because we are doing that, nations are moving away from the American dollar and starting to use their own dollar. We are on the deficit now of losing our footing as the moral authority, as what the world look at, okay, as a great country. You understand? We are trying to get these people to do things that they know are morally wrong. Okay? And what's really making it so bad and making them turn their back against us and making them join together to get ready to come against us and do war against us is because they're looking at the president of the United States of America is doing interviews with trans men, women, I don't want to mess it up. So whatever it is, transfer from what to whatever. But the president of the United States of America is on television with this, okay, and does this interview. And then you have countries like Saudi Arabia who's looking at this, all right, and you wonder why they're aligning with Russia. You have Africa. The whole continent is so disgusted with America until their people are making videos. Their presidents, we're sending regular news reporters, people who are nobody, over to other countries to interview these countries' presidents. And in interviewing these countries' presidents, our news reporters are trying to talk to these people, head of country, like they're equal. The news reporter, who's in charge of no one but the crew that she brought, is speaking to the president of Uganda, who's over 43 million people, and she's trying to talk to him like they're equals. You understand? And we have allowed our women to, because they can out-talk us, we've allowed them to now take front stage. Kamala Harris is all over Africa representing the United States of America. And every reporter you hear, the first question they said is, well, Barack Obama said it was okay, so why won't you do it? You see, they trying to take a melanated person and use him as their poster child. All right? But it gets worse, because not only do you have the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States of America promoting America on the world stage as a country full of gays, now we see Nike, Anheuser-Busch, Jack Daniels, all of these different major brands are now promoting this trans thing. And so, trans man, trans woman, whatever it is, I'm not going to even try to play like I understand it. I don't, so I'm not trying to offend nobody. You understand? If I mispronounce whatever it is, or missay whatever it is, you understand? But racism and homosexuality is destroying us in such a manner that even South America, Brazil, Latin America, is starting to align with China. They starting to make deals with China to stop, and they're going to stop using our money, and they're going to start using the yen. We are here. The war is in full maturation. You have the United States of America bringing Finland into NATO right at Russia's door. Okay, you have China, who's Russia's ally, taking Saudi Arabia. All right, Saudi Arabia being partners with Syria. For everybody who's been in the military before or understand world affairs, you understand that people are starting to pick sides, and whose side they gonna be on in this war. You have the whole continent of Africa, the whole continent of Asia, okay, and Russia and the Middle East is going to be against the United States of America. Who does that leave us with? That just leaves us with the other two nuclear powers. We don't have enough manpower to go up against them like that and not destroy the world. And if we destroy the world, then what? Because all you women that's running around here hollering INDEPENDENT, we gonna see what that means. Because if you don't know how to start a fire, if you don't know how to kill and clean nothing, if you don't know what's edible and what's not edible, how independent will you be? If all you have ever done is sat around and wait on Uncle Sugar to give you your little old lollipop money, and then you run on over there to the foreigners to create the false economy with them and spend that money with them, that turns into green money for them so that they can put their children in college and experience the American dream, and you can have your children experience poverty, you know what I'm saying, and degradation. Hallelujah. Tell me I'm lying. You can't take your food stamp card and go buy no car, but when you go to the corner store and spend that money with them, they can take that money and go buy a car. Why is that? The same food stamp money. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about here. All right. So when we look at it, we see in United States of America, we trying to promote this homosexuality to Africa. We trying to continue with our racism and looking down on these places instead of saying Africa is full of gold, cobalt, all of the precious things that we need, pearls, diamonds, you know, everything that's known to man, Africa have it. America don't have everything known to man. How come we can't be wise enough to say, let's be good stewards and be fair and be honest with the Africans so that we can establish trade with the Africans because they have everything. But instead we let Russia and China, who ain't never sent no ships over there to enslave them people, go make deals with them people. They be fair with them people and treat them like human beings. And now we lose. You know, so now what are our choices? Since they freely chose to go and be with somebody else, what we going to do? We going to now get into a fight with them and say, well, we're going to use our guns to make you partner with us. And it's because of homosexuality and racism that we are losing face in the rest of the world, because we are trying to make these other countries do what we are doing instead of paying attention to our own issues. So I wonder how many athletes are going to come out and not wear Nikes anymore. Because if a black athlete did something that Nike didn't like, Nike would disassociate with them like that. If a black athlete did something that Anheuser-Busch didn't like, or a black rapper, for any one of those, they would drop them just like that. Right? Because we saw what Adidas did to Kanye, right? So how many black athletes are going to come through and drop Nike, drop Anheuser-Busch? How many black rappers are going to come through and drop Nike, drop Anheuser-Busch, okay, drop Jack Daniels, and any of these other entities that are trying to promote this to our children? Because we have to understand that everything that goes out into the general public has to be able to say it's okay for the babies to see it. All right? When we look at other countries and what is the penalty for homosexuality, in the Middle East is death. In Russia is death. In China is severe. But the United States of America will lie and say that Uganda has the worst anti-gay laws in the world. Why? Because they could go to war with Uganda and win. They can't go to war with Russia and win. They can't go to war with China and win. They can't go to war with the Middle East and win. So they're not going to say anything while these people are lopping those people's head off or outright killing them for their personal choice, their personal sexual preference. They outright killing them, and we don't open our mouth and say nothing, but we can talk about the Africans and be all in the press conference talking about what type of financial harm we gonna cause these people if they don't adopt homosexuality. We are some rotten motherfuckers in this country if we continue to be quiet and allow ourselves to be promoted as a country of homosexuals on the world stage. The United States of America is going to have trans athletes in the Olympics competing against other nations' women athletes. There was an all-girls basketball team that refused to play against a supposed to be all girls basketball team that had a boy on the team. So the girls said no. That team got banned. So how do you take girls in girls sport and tell them that if they don't let the boys play, they can't play no more? What are you going to do? You're going to tell the girls if they don't let the boys use their restrooms, they can't use the restroom anymore? How far does this go? You know, like I said earlier in one of my shows, the main people who are going to suffer from this are boys and women. Because men who are already men, they just wallowing in this perverseness. You understand me? And, you know, we got all of these countries that's ready to stand up to us and hurt us. And let me cover something that I keep hearing people say. Now, you know, I don't know if the camera can zoom in on me right here, but this says, you know what I'm saying, the National Board for Respiratory Care. All right, national. That means the whole damn United States. That's me, Papa G. You understand? So I had to take anatomy and physiology in college. You understand me? Peep this. I hear these people throwing around this term intersex. There are people born with genital deformities, genital anomalies, where they cannot function like a normal person. But intersex would have to be a person that's born with a complete vagina, with fallopian tubes, ovaries, mammary glands, everything that a female possesses, okay, and then have a fully developed penis where testes fall into the sac, and have full male genitalia that is both functioning. There has never been, to my knowledge, a human being born in the world that possessed all of the male and all of the female anatomy inside of themselves. So when these people are saying this about the intersex, these people are lying. These people are just making this claim because they know that the majority of people are not medically inclined, not medical professionals, so they can make this claim and most people won't be able to dispute it. But hell no, y'all, that's a lie. Now, you know, if Nike wanted to promote leggings and wanted to promote ladies' products, all of those ladies in the WNBA and all those ladies in ladies' sports that they could pick from, they had to go and pick a man who dresses as a woman and says that he has transformed from a man to a woman. Okay? If y'all care about women's sport, if y'all care about young girls, at this point, ladies need to be standing up in one resounding loud voice, putting their foot down. Boom! I am a female, and this is what distinguishes me from this anomaly that calls itself a trans from male to female. Okay? Let's do a little bit of history right here real quick. The Romans, the Germans, the Greeks, they was homosexuals in history. The non-melanated people in history is clear they were homosexuals. Okay? They make no bones about it. But whenever you look at the history of the melanated people, wherever they show their history, at no time do we have any gods of homosexuality, any kings that were gay and did morbid things like that, any infamous people in our history that were clearly homosexual. That is not of our culture. That is not our tribal identity. That is not what we are made of. That's what you guys are made of. All right? And, you know, I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm being very honest with you. Men's college basketball could beat WNBA basketball players hands down. So, why would we allow women's sport to come under attack like this when we clearly see what's going to happen? The young men who can't make it into the NBA, they're going to say, I'm female. They don't have to do none of the hormone changes, none of the other stuff. All they got to do is say, I feel like a woman, and they can go and play in the WNBA. And what you're going to do, you're going to discriminate on them and tell them that they're not a woman if we don't clear this up? Okay? All of girls' sport is in jeopardy with this. All of life in the normal way that we understand it is in jeopardy for this. Okay? Listen. Fathers, we can put an end to all of this by standing up and saying we want custody of our sons and we are willing to go to the penitentiary for this. This is the civil rights issue of our time. And ladies, we need you to support us in saying that the boys belong with their father. Okay? We have covered the father-son relationship and how crucial it is all throughout the word. I have read countless studies and will continue to read more on the importance of the father-son relationship. We know that the enemy does not want us to be fruitful and multiply. We see him trying to corrupt the covenant of marriage. Well, the covenant of marriage is being corrupted by the corrupt people. If we don't get back control of fatherhood, if we don't stand up and fight for marriage, they're going to be able to get away with all of this stuff that they're getting away with. We can stop all of the foolishness, all of it, by simply demanding as fathers that we are given our sons and make it a national law across the United States of America, no matter what town, what city, what village, what hamlet, what district, what precinct, whatever it is, what ward, no matter what it is, when a woman and a man separate, the male child goes with the father. Y'all, we have to fight and say that marriage is between one man, one woman. That's it. The other stuff, you can call it what you want to call it, but it ain't marriage. You can't call me a woman. I mean, you can, but it's going to, probably cost you some teeth or something, but so if you understand reality, if you're in touch with reality, then you have to say, we can't change the world. When it's daytime, it's daytime. If they choose that they want to call it glit, they want to call it glee, we still know it's daytime. When nighttime comes, if they choose to say that they want to call it oop, you know what I'm saying, or warp, we still know that it's nighttime, it's dark. There are certain things that we just can't change. When it's cold outside, that's winter. Cold and snowing, that's winter. When the leaves are falling, that's fall. When a man is speaking, that's a man. When a lady is speaking, that's a lady. If we allow ourselves to continue as fathers to be represented as a nation of homosexuals, we are going to make nations that otherwise would not be involved in this raise up and join this fight in trying to overthrow us. We are looking like the great evil. Us, Great Britain, France. Let's let Great Britain and France do what they want to do. Because telling the truth about the situation, if we wouldn't have went and saved them, Hitler would be owning them right now. You know what I'm saying? Germany, that would be part of Germany right now. Okay? We cannot continue down this path. This is not sustainable. We have exposed the bully. We know that the bully is trying to destroy the basic family in America. We are being humiliated on the national stage with other countries having to laugh at us as we're telling them they're violating human rights issues by not allowing the men to participate with men as though the men are, and lay with them as though they're women, when in a lot of these places in these countries, these people don't even have electricity. We live in a country where we have Mississippi. All right? As poor as that place is, we're around here trying to tell somebody else what to do. They got parts of Louisiana. I live here in Louisiana. They got parts of Louisiana that's still in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to tell other people what to do. Okay? We are going to be an irrelevant country. No one is going to want to trade with us. No one is going to want to deal with us. And the whole world is going to start making fun of us as a nation of gays. And we are not a nation of gays. So all you Christians that's out there with the be humble, keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, don't say nothing. You a coward here. You a coward here. You not on our side. Okay? And because I'm telling you right now, well, you see, I'm not hiding. I'm on a platform. I'm on a platform. And when people contact me, when people text me, as long as we can remain somewhat civil, I talk to them. Because you can't deny the truth. So, fathers, mothers, we got to join together. We got to turn our back on the Attorney General. We got to turn our back on child support, family court. All right. And we have to tell the state that if you are doing something for the child, you are doing it in the name of both parents. And if money is owed to the state, both parents equally owe that money back to the state. Be it half and half, you know what I'm saying? Or both of them are responsible for getting it paid and you don't care who pays what percent. But it still is for the family themselves to do. The state has to stop with the automatic food stamps and the welfare and the HUD and the Section 8 and all this stuff and trying to act like, oh, if we don't do this for people, then they're just going to lay down and die. That's a lie. And we need to expose this bully because the state is trying to cripple people. The local government is trying to cripple people, handicap them, and take away their initiative before they ever even experience what it is. That's why they put irrelevant subjects in college degree plans to make it be so expensive so that a lot of people can't, even though they have the ability to graduate, they have the smarts, they make it financially unattainable so that they can continue to be just that, a dream. And then when you do financially attain it, because it was financially unattainable, it takes you the next 10, 15, 20 years to pay back what you shouldn't have had to be doing from the beginning. You understand? We can't fall for no kind of cons no more. A family is a husband, a wife, and some children. A family is a man, a woman, and some children. A family is not 2 men and some children. A family is not 2 women and some children. Okay? A single parent household is 1 mother and some children. A single parent household is one father and some children. I want to shout out to Andrew Tate. Keep doing what you're doing, what you're doing, what you're doing, what you're doing, boy. And I want to shout out to Fresh and Fit, Crimson Cure, all of the people in the manosphere that's doing what they're supposed to do to try to bring awareness to everybody playing their role. It's very important for us to know what our role is and what society expects of us, okay? We are getting ready to enter World War III, okay? We cannot afford to have men not identifying as men and women not identifying as women. What are we going to go to war with? Okay? So until next time, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me, because everybody's time is precious. I know this. Okay? And this has been Papa G saying, I love you and I love everybody. Peace.
Did a job and work, and she didn't work. Say all I'm qualified to do is rhyme and spit a verse. And get my feelings hurt every time I sit in church. Real talking dead at me, nigga got me feeling worse. So I ain't congregating about 7 or 8 months. Broke the promise made to myself and started back blazing blunts. I know that's crazy, huh? Feeling like a bad man. I look at me in the mirror, all I see is my dad, man. I got some things that I need to address. A couple of issues need to get off my chest. Like the fact that I got a son, I ain't been kicking it with him. Got him a ball, I ain't been pitching it with him. Yeah, I miss my little nigga. I try to hit him, but me and his mama don't get along. I mean, I call, but the bitch when I pick up the phone.